Dun, 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 dun. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I forgot about my live show. Or did I? Maybe. Let's go ahead and crack this first can of refreshing Fresca and see if anybody joins in to have some fun tonight. Chat is open. Phone is charging. Headband is looking nice. Thank you, Riley. I'm exhausted. We had a kickball party at the park, and I am not adequately built for kickball. That's just the nicest way to put it. I have the build for bowling. I would be a real good professional bowler, I think. Devin, what's going on, my man? Jiggly is alive. I saw that he made a tiki-taki. Somebody sent it to me to show me that he was alive, but I guess he hates me. I don't know. I have not heard or received anything from him, so I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry, Mike. Sorry, wrong tube. What's up, Stacy? Did you have something you want to say? Yeah, she ran away real quick. What's up, Band of the Bigger? You're a power hitter. Yeah, so that's what I told him. Like when I got picked to be on the team, I said, hey, look, I'm doing one or two things. I'm going to hit a single and stop because I'm not trying to get an extra base, or I'm just going to kick a homer. And trying to kick a homer, I think I pulled a hammy. Not gonna lie. My leg hurts, but you know, it was fun. We had a great time, and of course, Stacy set up the whole thing because the oldest boy got his deployment papers. He's heading to Poland. He's gonna go do whatever the hell he's gonna do in Poland. He's gonna fix helicopters. And yeah, so this was his last weekend before he gets deployed. So kickball, pizza, and I think he's playing game right now, Fortnite or something stupid. Who knows? Elder Ring Scroll, Dungeons and Dragons. What's going on, Jack? The mutt. I like that profile photo. We have a clawless cat hanging out at our front door for the last few nights. It's a female that the kids have named Rupert. I just live in the world. I don't make the rules. Anyway, Rupert cannot defend herself from the feral cat that keeps beating her up. So I got my nice little airsoft gun right there. And when I hear the fighting commence, I go outside like Clint Eastwood from Gran Torino. And I'm like, get off my yard. Pop, 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 pop. So that's what I've been doing. We got somebody here from Jersey. Jay-Z. I don't know. That was probably a horrible Jersey accent. My apologies. Reselling has been very... I know we're in the summer slowdown, which I don't believe that exists. Let me know if you are having slow sales. Again, I don't think that is a real factor. But our sales have been steady. We're still... Really, we just... keep with whatever you're doing. Our thing is listing, and we're just making sure that we're consistently keeping our listings up, and that's going to keep your sales coming. Obviously, don't buy crap that nobody wants. That should be the first rule of reselling, is try to sell stuff that people actually want to buy. And then, yeah, we've just been cranking it out. We've had some pretty good sales today. I think we sold 2 pair of 996s, New Balance 996s for over $100 each. And then let me see, we got like 37 sales today. A busted pair of beater Red Wing boots we sold for 42, which I was pretty impressed with. I didn't think they were going to sell for that much. Sold a pair of those knee-high Converse for 80. I know everyone sells them for over $100, but ours are missing the shoelaces. And I was just going to wait and buy replacement shoelaces, but those shoelaces are freaking they're extremely long, so you have to order them. You can't just like go to Walmart and buy replacement laces for the knee-high Converse. And then they're like $20. So I was like, nah, I'll just sell it for a discount and just move them fast. So we ended up taking an offer and we sold them for $80, which I'm okay with because our buy cost was $1.06. So yeah, not bad. I run sales or drop my prices and go for quantity. Yeah, so you're a volume seller. That's what we've been doing. If we're getting our stuff for under $2, you can become a volume seller and just say, oh, hey, all jeans are the same price, which is what we've been doing on Fridays. And usually on the weekends, we'll run a sale where all of our jeans are the same price. It doesn't matter if they're vintage Levi. It doesn't matter if they're Adrian Goldschmied, or anything like that. We just run them all at the same price because you could sell a pair of jeans for $13 plus $4.99 shipping, or $17.99 across. And after fees and shipping, because if you're selling jeans, they should be going in flat rate envelopes. You shouldn't be putting them in anything else because that's going to be your cheapest way to ship them, unless they're like Athleta jeans, which weigh less than a pound, which is obviously first class. So you automatically know that no matter what pair of jeans you sell, they're going to cost $7.20 to ship. So even after eBay fees, your promoted listings, if you promote, and shipping, you're going to be making right around $7.60 profit. So if you're paying $2 or less, what is that, like 3 times, almost 4 times profit? What's up, Tay Pig? I like the name. I don't get it, but it says pig, and I like that. I don't know why. I don't know where my hat went. I'm just rocking this hair bow. You could see I was sweating really hard, and my hat just kind of makes this like red line on my forehead. So I was trying to like let my forehead breathe, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so just running sales, going through the motions. Again, tomorrow's Monday, so we got the pack orders, and then we start our sourcing and all that fun stuff again. What is... Oh yeah, there's another pair, 125. Yeah. Jesus, we sold a lot of stuff. That's cool. It's like a double-edged sword for me. I love seeing what we've sold on Saturday and Sunday because we don't do shipping on Saturday or Sunday. But then when Monday morning happens and we have like so much going on, I just get overwhelmed in my head because I'm like, oh, cool. So we have to source. We have to go to the gym. We have to drop the kids off. And now I have to pull like 30 plus orders, pack all that, and then come up with some creative, corny package photo. The things I get myself into. Yeah, the bins have been hitting lately for sure. I know the reason is because the retail Goodwill stores aren't really like putting stuff on the shelves anymore. They're just collecting donations, putting them in Gaylords, and then sending them directly to the bins. At least that's what we're seeing here. People are actually like seeing donations at a retail store, and then within 2 days they're at the bins. And so I don't know if the tier structure has changed or if like the manpower. Damn, your boy arm looking yoked. Damn, I'm gonna have to start wearing this shirt more often. I look like I bloated up. Sorry, I just had some protein. That's all it is. They've been moving stuff directly to the bins, which again, we have so many locations that I think it's just easier. And then we're doing all the work by finding all the inventory that is worth money. Yeah, see, if I was smart, I would go to the warehouse on Saturday and just pull some of at least half of the orders and pack them and get them to the post office. But I just don't feel like working on the freaking weekend, like period. I don't even like sourcing. I don't like, this is about as much work as I'll do because this is just fun for me. Michelle says, my guy, Jody. Yeah, Jody Pasteka. If that's the right Jody. I think I know Jody 20 plus years. He did most of the stuff on my arms, which are 20 something, almost 20 years old. And they still look nice and bright. That's my guy. What's up, Joe? Thumbs up in the profile photo. Stacy's not in the chat. That's unusual. Usually I see her pop up somewhere. So again, I'm usually not good at the solo. That's why I always had like someone as a co-host. So I'm relying on you guys in the chat to help. This is just, I don't really have too much to talk shit about this weekend or this week. Last week was pretty good, just doing the same thing. Nobody really annoyed me on social media to talk about. There is something, I just can't remember it. Somebody's like scamming, some resellers like scamming people or something. I can't remember who their name is. It's a female. I don't know. Got accused of it or something. I don't know. I don't pay attention enough to reseller stuff. Like on YouTube, I usually watch comedy. Like I just saw Cat Williams has a new Netflix special coming out. I watched the trailer for that. Like I've been watching comedians talk about the whole Dave Chappelle thing and stuff like that. Hot take on formula. Oh, hot take on formula. Okay, I'll put that one up. Don't take it to be a sports fans, but the Mavs are killing it tonight. Yeah, so I am a baseball fan. I officially think that is the only sport that matters, just because I played it from as little as I can remember. And then, of course, once I realized that I was going to not be a skinny person, I played football. But professional sports, baseball is really the only thing that I can watch. Basketball is too floppy for me, if that makes any sense. It's like soccer, which is just tiresome to watch. And then football, I enjoy watching football, but I don't have like a team because, I mean, I live in Houston, and if you know anything about our football team, they suck. But yeah, it's crazy that the Mavs are killing it. Hot take on formula. Yeah, so I noticed this. I was going to get to this. I think it is funny. Sorry, guys. I'm like exhausted from kickball. So I'm just like trying to like get comfortable. My shoulders hurt. My arms hurt. It's funny that certain items get people riled up in a community that is built on people making money off of items that they can buy cheap and sell for more money. So like, I get it. The baby formula, like, oh, moms can't get formula because the shelves are cleared. To me, it's the same thing as, oh, my kid can't have a PS5 because the resellers bought all the PS5s. Now, obviously, one is like vital life stuff, and the other one is just like a toy. But like, how can I put this without sounding like an asshole? As a parent, you should have done your due diligence and got the shit before it got cleared off the shelf, or breastfeed. I don't know if that's, I mean, I'm a dude, I'm a man. I don't really have a stake in this. But yeah, be faster to the store. I don't know. I don't think that you can pick and choose what is acceptable to profit off and what isn't. Now at the same time, I don't do retail arbitrage, so I don't go out and buy all the Star Wars Legos or all the hot toy and then hoard them at my house and then sell them. I mean, yeah, I know you can see I have like 4 of the AMC Ghostbuster popcorn tins that they came out with, but that's because I'm a freaking Ghostbuster fan, and I knew that eventually those will sell. Like, they're listed, but I don't have them like crazy high. I only have 1 listed. The rest I'm just keeping. Like, I'm just sitting on them. But yeah, I think that as a reseller, if your job as a reseller is to find items that you can then make more money on than you paid for, everything's on the table, regardless of how the world is. You know, if I could go get gas and then sell that gas for more money, I mean, I guess that's just how I look at it. I don't know. You can't pick and choose what is acceptable to profit off of, I guess is the way I'll look at it. Because then you start sounding like a left or a right or a, it's all just about greed and money, right? Let's just be real here. It's all about, oh yeah, I do stash those Barbies. Only the Dia de los Muertos, which is a very small percentage of people that actually purchase those. But yeah, you can't pick and choose. If you can make money off of it and you have the ability to get some, buy some. I know most resellers that do retail arbitrage, like Justin, the flipping accountant, like if there's 30 Legos, he'll buy 28 of them and leave 2. And that's because his moral compass is not completely derailed like someone like me. But I don't do retail arbitrage. So also I'm fixed, so Stacy can't have any more kids. I was saying if we can crank the milk back up, I'll start selling it, whatever. Right? I'm glad she's not listening. She probably hit me. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I am part of a Mattel like club. Sounds so stupid when you say it out loud. So I get like exclusive heads up on things that are coming out, and that's just because I used to collect like certain toys. But I'm still I still get the emails. So I saw the Queen Elizabeth Barbie, and I see a lot of ones that come out. And then of course I immediately check to see if this is going to be the item. But I've gotten so far away from doing that now that I really just focus on the Day of the Dead Barbie that comes out, because they've only done 3 editions. And I live in Texas. So when they come out, it's like a big thing here. And you can grab them at a grocery store. They sell them at a grocery store here. And you can grab them, and you can usually flip them locally for double, immediately. Thoughts on Whatnot? Would you ever take some of your lower end items over there? All right, so here is my official stance on Whatnot at the current moment. I have bought a lot of stuff off of it for really cheap, which is awesome. You can't see it; it's out of frame. But I just got a dead stock vintage single stitch US Marines shirt on a jersey tag. It's like a 90s jersey tag, and it still has the command post price tag on it, where it was actually purchased from the base from Tokyo Thrifts, and I got it for like $3. That's a steal. I'll be able to flip that even if I sell it for $25, I'm still going to make money. But I haven't done, yes, I've applied to be a seller. I kind of got talked into it, and I don't know what I'm going to do if the day comes that I'm approved. I picked vintage and contemporary, I think, because that's what I was told to do by my AA sponsor. Sorry, my RR, my reselling anonymous partner, RA. I'm on the fence about Whatnot. 2 reasons, and both of them are dumb. So one is the same thing we were just talking about with formula. So it's stupid that I have this thought, but I have it. One is, if you have a huge following, you can sell stuff for way more than it's worth. And that's great for you. But then I feel like there's going to be a point when your followers are going to it's just going to hit them like, why am I paying 9 times more than what I could just go buy this at the store for or off eBay? And I get it. Support your favorite YouTuber or your Whatnot or whatever. But again, the other side of that coin is those people know what they're bidding on. And if they run it up, they want the item. They want, that's on them to pay it. So I just feel weird. Like if I have a shirt that's worth like $5 on eBay plus shipping. So let's say it's a $10 shirt. I put it on Whatnot and it runs up to like $30. Like, I don't know why I'd feel bad about it, but I guess I would feel bad about it, which is me being stupid, because I should just be like, hey, you guys are idiots. Thanks for the money. But yeah, if I get approved, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to sell something. I think that I have the personality, and I know that sounds kind of like vain, but I think I have the personality where I would be good at just at least entertaining. Like I could sell you bags of my dog's poop from the backyard, but if I did it in an entertaining way, maybe people would bid it up. Not that that's what I'm going to do when I get on Whatnot and sell mystery dog poop, but I got a bunch of masks. I can do a bunch of characters. So I was thinking that if I did get approved, I was going to do it as one of my alter egos. It's not going to be Flip the World. Like the Whatnot name is Flip the World, but my alter ego, like Country Biscuit, he'll probably be the one that does all the Whatnot auctions, like a different character, and it's just me talking. And I don't have the glasses or the hat or anything, so I can't really. I can tell you his voice sounds like this. Tell you what, doggy. Welcome to Whatnot. This is Country Biscuit. We're gonna have some fun tonight. So that's Country Biscuit. I'm fixed too. Hell yeah, vasectomy crew. No more children. No more children. Nothing? I know you're in there. No more children. She's crying. She hates that I took that away. She wants to like be old Mother Hubbard and have 100 freaking kids in the house. I'm like, no more. I can't keep selling them to the military. She's going to become a neonatal nurse. That's 3 N's. Neonatal nurse, right? When I say it out loud, it just sounds like you're going to stab babies with needles, which I'm okay with that. My glasses look crooked on the camera. It's bugging the hell out of me, guys. I could burn the Marine shirt. The only problem I see with Whatnot is some sellers don't show all the flaws. Yeah, so that's another thing. Like, I don't know all the policies and everything as a seller, but I do think that, like I was watching Josh Hair Tornado, and he was doing something with shoes or something like that. And let me get this off the screen so I can show you. Like he was showing the items, and then somebody was like, "Hey, can you show the toe box closer?" And so like he was able to do that and like point out a flaw. So I do like the live aspect of if you are interested in something before it starts bidding, or while it's bidding, which I wouldn't advise because the timer goes really fast, is you can actually put it in the comments, and then that person selling that item can show you like directly, like, hey, is there stains in the armpit? And they can be like, oh, here, check the armpit. There's no stainings. Or yeah, there is, again, that comes on to if the seller going to be responsive to what's going on in the chat and stuff like that. Like I'm excited about it, but at the same time, it's not going to distract me from what our main objective is with eBay and our systems. It's going to be like something to play around with, kind of how I use YouTube. YouTube is just something that I play around with and I get a check from every month. And I'm like, these idiots are giving me money to do this. What is wrong with them? Which is also how I look at my merch by Amazon. I make designs on t-shirts and I just throw it up on Amazon. And if it sells, great. And if it doesn't, it falls off in 30 days. But I still get passive checks every month from shirt sales that I designed in 2018. And I'm just like, why am I still getting this check? I'm about to start picking up contemporary screen prints, garbage tees for Whatnot. Yeah, so that's another thing. Like, I think that you can move. Like, Whatnot would be perfect for me because, I mean, I'm awesome. I have a great personality. I don't know. I can go to the bins and I can get stuff for less than $1. So if I sell it like the Chris Daily refinement method, I go get 100 items that cost me $100, $108 with tax or whatever, unless I remember my freaking church permit. It's not a real church permit, but it's a tax-free permit. If I remember my permit, it's just $100. So I got 100 items for $100. That I start my Whatnot auction. I put everything in there. I only have to make $100 back on those items, and I get my money back. So let's say some of them sell for $1. Okay, well I broke even. And let's say the rest of them sold for $3. All right, I'm in the money. It doesn't matter as long as I'm moving that. But then you have 100 freaking things that you have to pack. So then you have to take in, okay, well, each one of my poly bags cost me 17 cents. So 17 times 100, and then just all these little extra costs. So the daily refinement method of doing 250 every day, 7 days a week, where he's averaging $4 per sale, it does work, but you have to have the availability to grab all the inventory, which he does have. But I think for most people that are just trying to sell like vintage, or they're trying to sell action figures or something that they have to go out and source individually or buy in lots, it's going to get rough. I also want to try to do some used shoes. I'm just nervous about it. Ethan, the college reseller, is doing used shoes on Whatnot, and he throws in some hype stuff here and there, but shoes are picky. Like, people that buy shoes are typically, they want to have more than 30 seconds, 30 or 15 seconds, 60 second to like look at the shoe. If they're going to make a bid that's, let's say it goes above $30, like, I want to know that if I buy this shoe for $30, it's going to be a shoe that I can wear, not get it to me and it stinks and there's a giant rip in the heel or something like that. So again, it comes down to the seller on Whatnot being able to, in the time frame, show you everything that you could get if you were looking at that shoe on a listing on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, whatever like that. Hell yeah, Snippet. I have not got a hold of him. He hasn't responded back to text or anything like that, but he did make a TikTok. So I'm not on TikTok, but somebody sent me his TikTok. So he made one just saying that he's been busy. So he's been busy. Yeah, see, that's another thing. Like, I think those people aren't going to last in the long run of what Whatnot is doing. And I think that's part of the reason why they've started delaying the approval application, because they want to make sure that the people that are going, they're throwing a lot of freaking money at that platform right now, like giving away Lambos and all kinds of crap. So I think that they're going to start really making sure that the people aren't going to be like fly by night, like jump on the new trend and just sell garbage real quick and then bounce. They want long haul sellers is what they're looking for. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. Like, again, it's going to come down to the seller. And I, from what I saw, you get rated. So if a seller is continually selling stuff that looked good, and then when you got it, it was completely, beat or not, it smelled or anything like that, once they get below a certain rating, they're probably going to get you kicked off. I haven't, man. I mean, I'm always down to have anybody. I used to try and just do like a guest, and then I was like, "Man, this is too much." It's now starting to turn into a job where I just want to like chillax, and so that's something. If Mike doesn't want to come back and do it, maybe I'll just every Sunday I'll throw the link in the chat, and then whoever joins can join for as long as they want and then bounce. Again, usually I try to do an hour. When I had a host, or a guest host, we'd try and maybe go a little longer. But as you guys saw, I forgot about my own damn show today. Again, support. I mean, sponsored by Fresca, the best sparkling soda water in the business. This is grapefruit citrus original. I'm not, but I would love to be. This stuff is hard to find here. It's like baby formula. You can't get Fresca anywhere. And then when you find it, we clear the shelf. Because I don't like what's the other brand? What's the St. Pellegrino or whatever other brand that makes flavored sparkling water? It tastes like dog poop. Unless it's Topo Chico. I can mess with that. eBay used to have live auctions. Does anybody remember when eBay had live auctions? And then they went away with them. But yes, they are supposedly getting back. They're going to try and bring that back in a way to compete with Whatnot, which obviously is a power move since they're the king. Love eBay. Only platform I sell on. So yeah, if they bring back their live auctions, obviously I'm gonna stick with eBay. But anything I can do live to just have fun, and like that's the thing. Like if I could do Whatnot and it really just be me being an ass for however long it takes me to show you all the items, and then people buy those items, that's almost like me just doing a live and people giving super chats, but me sending them something for the super chat. So I could just do this and then just be like, hey, if you send me a super chat, I'm going to send you something. And then I just send you something. But, oh, Rocky's barking. That's a big dog. Oh, yeah. No, it's so eBay used to have like the live, like timed out auction. auction. I'm interested in sports talk radio, so I have an itch to scratch, but I never found my niche with my YouTube. Sports talk radio is all I listened to when I used to do when I used to be a route technician in pest control. Like I would just get in my truck and driving from property to property. I would just listen to sports talk radio and just I didn't even know what they were half the time the sports they were talking about. I don't follow the teams or anything, so I would just be like, okay, this guy sounds mad. Let's listen. And then there's that. I don't remember his name. Everybody either loves him or hates him. It's a white guy. He's got an annoying voice. He has his own sports channel or a sports talk show. He's kind of like the Howard Stern of sports radio. He's kind of a douche. I can't remember. He sounds like he's from like the Northeast. Jesus, woman, that's just strong. Darren, you have missed nothing. I've just been babbling like an idiot for 31 minutes. So, Jim freaking Rome. That's it. Jim Rome. Yeah, that guy's an idiot. I used to listen to him all the time. His takes would just annoy anybody. And then his callers would just try and destroy him, and he would just keep dishing it. That's the only reason I listen, because like this guy does it. He has to do this on purpose. He has to annoy people so they'll call in and talk crap, and then he just baits it even more. I loved it. He was annoying, but I love the concept of like basically it was he was a comedian and the people calling in were his hecklers, and he would just so good. But now I don't spend most of my day in a truck, so I don't listen to sports talk radio anymore. Currently, we are not. Our wholesale buyer or supplier kind of like slowed down because of COVID and like the backlog of stuff not being able to be shipped here. And then the stuff he was getting in, we either didn't like it or he had raised his price so much because it was so in demand, he would say, which is just a fancy way of I'm going to try and get as much as I can because I'm not able to get a lot in as fast as I used to. So we kind of backed off from that and then just started upping it more at our sourcing and going to the bins and finding lots of stuff. Nice. Yeah, I think that's a weird because if I remember, like he's not a professional. Like I get professional athletes retiring and then becoming broadcasters because they would know better than anybody what the hell to talk about that sport because they played it. But did he ever play anything professionally, or did he just knows a lot about sports? Like I don't. That's one thing I never understood. Like, how do you become somebody that broadcasts a sport? But I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Like how are there fitness instructors that are fat teaching people how to get fit? I mean, it's the same thing. So never mind. Erase that. I understand. Bear me, woman. I'm just kidding. No, ma'am, I'm good. Whatever you're using on the floor is really strong, though. My eyes are burning. What is that, meth? Methylamine? No, it smells great. You know I love that smelling stuff. Mr. Clean, y'all. I'm just a wuss. Anyway, what's your Monday's goals, guys? What do you guys got planned for Monday? Who sources on Mondays? I know everybody's packing their weekend stuff, but who sources on Mondays? Who in the chat has a 9 to 5 and reselling is just a hobby or a part-time thing? Is everybody here full-time? Let's see here. Oh, well, let me switch it. Sorry, I'm trying to look at my banners. I'm supposed to be able to like tell you guys that we have our Instagram back If you didn't know, we lost our original one. We got it back. And make sure you drop comments. And, oh yeah, this is a safe space. You can talk shit, but be nice. Or don't be. Has everybody seen the video I just did on Knobloch? Is he in the mafia? It's funny to see a lot of comments like I don't know who that guy is. For him to be doing YouTube for like 10 years in the reselling niche and have over 100,000 subscribers. It was kind of weird to see people like, I don't even know who that is. That's the dream. Keep that job till you can though, man. It's a grind. Nice. Our Goodwills went down to like one day a week for discounts, and then they for discount day, and then they cut out like a lot of stuff. It's just like military, teachers, and old people. That's it. They got rid of like the first responder or something. I don't know. I don't go to a lot of retail stores anymore. Part-time, 9% part-time. Full-time part-timer. That's what I would call myself. I'm a full-time part-timer because we do this full-time, but we do it to where we aren't working 80 hours a week. Like I see other resellers. I've had this discussion multiple times on my live, other people's lives. I see people like, oh yeah, man, I do like 60 to 80 hours a week for my reselling business. And I'm just like, nah, that's not why I got into this. I did not get into this to work more hours than I was working when I had a regular job. Like I want to just enjoy life, not constantly be just working. There we go. GoPro's charged, phone's charged. Everything's good. Been out on medical. Oh man. Side hustle is the way to start. Just save that cash. 9% overtime sourced on my lunch break. Awesome. That is how I think so many people got started. Like, who needs to really eat? You're an adult. You don't need a lunch break. Use that lunch break to make money. I'm just kidding. I would have a route. When I was doing pest control, I would have a route every day. And as long as nobody called in sick, my route never changed. So every Monday, I knew exactly where I was going, same properties every Tuesday, yada, yada. So I would target the thrift stores around where my stops were. And I would just make sure that I finished the first job fast enough to where I had at least 10 minutes to jump into thrift if there was around. And then I would use my lunch break to go thrifting. And then I would just put it all in the truck and then go back to the office, transport it to my personal vehicle, and then go home. And that's when the reselling business would start. There you go. WBK, Walter Blake Knobloch. He's loud. He yells. He's kind of like me. But he's been doing it way longer and knows way more. Oh, nice. Yeah, we only have one Salvation Army around us, and every time I go there, I never find anything, so I just gave it up. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, so that's another thing I see a lot of people worried about is once they don't have their like 9-to-5 corporate job, is they're worried about like insurance. And obviously everyone's just going to tell you to go to healthcare.gov and pick a plan. You're going to get, I'm trying to say a non-offensive word here. I can't. You're going to get raped either way. It's expensive. Insurance sucks. It's one of the biggest scams. It's like collection plates on Sunday. It's one of the biggest scams. You're literally just giving money for nothing. Sorry if that offends. It's stupid. I paid cash for all of my eye surgeries and it sucked. A lot of my friends, they literally just go to Mexico, cross the border and get their dental work done, get their eyes done, any of that stuff. They just go across the border. My buddy just had like 4 teeth pulled in Mexico and it was like less than $400. Now, yeah, obviously everything you do is you take a risk. I've had 3 eye surgeries and I still can't see out of this eye. So, and that's here at the best eye Houston Retina Center Consultants or whatever, like the #1 eye place, and they still botched it. So you take a risk everywhere you go. So I don't know. It's expensive. Healthcare.gov is the best I can say. And, don't get sick or hurt. That's really what it comes down to. Nice. That's perfect. I wish I could convince any of these kids to get into reselling, but they're not into it. And that's cool. Whatever they want to do. I just think it's just the best. I don't know how anybody does that. Like one of our buddies on Instagram, Caleb, he's usually in the chat too. He posted a video from the bins today. The same bins that if you watch any of our bins haul videos that we go to, but we don't go on the weekends. And he posted it on the weekend. He posted it today. He was there when they brought out the shoe boats, and there was literally people fist fighting. Never seen that at that location any of the times we go. And I'm just like, that's why we don't go on the weekends. It's too crazy. I can't handle it. I would freak out. And then I would get banned there, and then I would have to like change up my whole reselling strategy. Every other day. Yeah, it gets addicting. Like sourcing is the biggest high of being a reseller. It's the rest of the crap though that pays the bills and keeps the lights on. It's the listing and the photography and the cleaning but sourcing always will be the fun. And that's awesome. That's a lot of thrifts. Yeah. Oh yeah. You could go in the back and they have all that stuff. So our Salvation Army here in Houston, they will actually reach out to certain people. I won't give his name, but the managers will reach out to certain people that are influencers or resellers, and be like, hey, especially during COVID, and they made a video about it. So I guess they don't care. So anyway, what's his name? He's very eccentric, but he has almost 700,000 subscribers. Come on. He's from Houston. You guys already know who I'm talking about. He's from Houston. He's very, very out there. Big guy. Big name in the vintage community. Paul Cantu. Anyway, Salvation Army a manager from Salvation Army hit up Paul Cantu and was like, hey, we have like 2,000 canceled concert tees because of COVID. Do you want to just come buy them all so we don't have to price them? And he did. And then I bought some from him. They were from the Post Malone tour that never happened, and then from a Kiss tour that didn't happen. And so I just bought, because he was selling them so cheap, I bought a bunch of them, and I'm just sitting on them. I mean, the concert never happened, so it's like we've sold a few. I keep them under my cowboy hat. But like stuff like that, once you build those connections, like people will just call you. Like, hey, we don't want to price all this and put it on our shelves. You want to come buy all of it? That's nice. I could do that. I could try that with our youngest, our last one. But I think she's going to be a beast, man. She's not even 3 yet, and she's spunky. So I think she might make it as the bins person. Yeah, no, never in my life would I go to the bins on a Saturday or a Sunday. And then our bins started doing extended hours, so they stay open till like either 8 or 9. And I'm just like, no. The bins are always in like the horrible location or the horrible parts of town. And so I don't want to be at the bins on a Saturday, and I definitely don't want to be at the bins in this area at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. We sell our boxes on our Etsy store. Usually what I'll do is the video drops on Wednesday, and then as the video is running and we're in the chat, like talking during the premiere, I've created the listing on Etsy. And then when I know there's about 30 seconds left of the video, I'll go ahead and push that live. Yeah, but it sounds like a vibe that you got to be able to, I got 2 microphones and they don't like no feedback. Check. But it would be awesome if there was like a 24-hour like bins, just nonstop, just chug it out. I mean, we have the stuff. There's enough stuff to where it could happen, but I don't think the employees would be able to handle it. I told you guys, kickball took it out of me. I'm too old to be running around bases. And then after that, we had batting practice for Micah, our 5-year-old. He just finished his first season of T-ball, and the last 3 games, he told the coach, "I don't want to use the tee. Pitch to me." And I was like, "That's my dude." And he got hits. Last game, he got a triple. Last game of the season, he got a triple. So, that's what I'm talking about. Like the bar crowd bins, like the Taco Bell late night bins. Like you show up at the bins. It's like when you walked in, like when you walk into Walmart between like 2 and 4 a.m. and you're either going to see the best people in the world or the complete worst people. Either way, it's going to be a party. So I think that would be fun. We have people walking in the door. Who's it is? Is it? It's my Rayo. Oh, it's Mr. Army, sir. Yes. Yeah. So see, Harry gets just as overwhelmed as I do. And I think he just did a video recently where he was like, "Hey man, I'm overwhelmed. Haley, I'm overwhelmed. I want to go." And she's like, "No, I'm having fun." And he's like, "No, I want to go." That's how I am. Stacy will just dig and dig and dig. And me, I'm just like, done. Tap. I can't do this. We got enough stuff. And it just takes it out. It's just draining. It's exhausting to me. But it's fun. Sorry. I swear I'm not tired. I still have to finish. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to sit down and watch a couple episodes of Better Call Saul because finally got her to finish Breaking Bad with me. And then her first time around, that's my 4th time watching the series. And so she got hooked. And then I was like, "Oh, well, you got to watch Better Call Saul." Well, first we watched El Camino, which whatever. And then we started Better Call Saul. So if you haven't seen Better Call Saul, spoiler alert, we're at the episode where Chuck died. So everything's about to get really interesting. So I'm really excited to watch a few episodes. Not reselling yet, but plan to sometime. Love the community and people, learning so much from people. Awesome. It's the way to do it. Watch other people screw it up and then just don't do what they're doing. Sorry, this pinky's broke, so it doesn't go down. So I always look like a British. A spot of tea. Would you like just a little spot? What do you say, top? I have to force it down. There we go. Violence, being young and stupid. I didn't go get it fixed, so the tendons, they healed in a bent formation, so they won't stretch unless I force it to do it. Anyway, I'm just a spot of tea and just a little crumple, a little biscuit and a little tea, and I'll just, I'll sip here. That's what state are you in? I'm seeing more and more people saying this. And again, this isn't a goodwill policy. This is just the manager not wanting people to film because this is actually free publicity. All our YouTube videos that any reseller makes about going to thrift stores is free publicity. It drives more sales to these stores. I've asked my manager on camera. I think it was in our 2 or 3 videos back. And they're just like, "We don't care." They love it. I think one thing that I do differently, I was talking to Stacy about this, is when I do our bins videos, it's not really about us. I mean, obviously it's mostly about Stacy because she's finding all the stuff. I don't make it really about me or anything. I try to include the characters, and the characters are the manager and what is she going to say? And then some of the employees that we engage with. And then we have our regulars that I get on film that say stupid things or say funny things so it's kind of not really a bins video. It's what are these characters in this show that happens weekly going to do today? And they love it because every time we go, they're like, "Oh, my friend said they saw me on YouTube. I was on your thumbnail." So I just basically filming how people react in different situations. And the situation for us happens to be the bins. Let me see here. Dang, Whataburger late night bins. That's what I'm talking about. And I could go there because Whataburger's fries are vegan. So I could get some fries and their spicy ketchup, and then I could eat it and then go to the bins and feel horrible. How are your mystery boxes going for you? Have you considered just selling the boxes for other resellers? Yes, that's what we do. Oh, you mean just like, so we do have some people that have reached out and like, hey, can you just source for us and we'll buy the box? And we've sold a few of those. Honestly, we do the reseller boxes for content. Like that's 100% what it is. And then it brings our buy cost down on the stuff we keep to almost nothing. So I think our last video, if you watch, that box sold within 10 minutes of the video ending. And then we spent $219. The box sold for $275, cost us like $35 to ship it. Etsy charges 10% fee. So it was like $197.50 that actually came back into my pocket after fees and the shipping. $219 total for everything, minus $197.50. So, like $25. So our 53 items that we kept to resell divided by $25. So our buy cost was what is that? 40 cents, 58 cents. It's pretty hard to beat. It's a cool system that we've got. The problem is I want to scale it, but I don't want to do a video every time. So I'm hoping that we've done like 15 of these reseller boxes now. I'm hoping we've gotten to a point now where we can still do our one a week. But if we happen to go and make 3 other boxes or 4 other boxes and we don't film, but we just make like an Instagram story or I do a short on YouTube and I'm like, hey guys, we ended up making 3 more reseller boxes. They're going to go live on our Etsy store at 5:00. And then instead of having a video showing you what it is, because that's one of the things, like you don't want to buy a mystery box. We're showing you what we're putting in the box and we're showing you the sold comps. So you know what you're getting and you know what you can sell it for or what it sells for. Hopefully we've built the trust to where we can just put those boxes on and people will buy them. Obviously I'm going to put a manifest, but I don't want to do a video because recording, believe it or not, is exhausting to me. I hate it. I hate filming and then having to edit. Mostly because I have a potty mouth. I'm very good on live shows when not using that too much. But at the bins, I'm just ripping it. And then I'm like, oh, I gotta scrap all this. And then I like to include like stupid, funny skits or stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why like 2 years ago, I made a surviving the Goodwill bins, like intro video for people that have never been, because the first time I went into the bins, I kind of looked around and I could tell that there were people there that looked absolutely terrified of what the hell is going on. And I was like, okay, if I can make a video just to like make people relax a little bit and realize, that's why I always say, if you've never been to the bins before, just go as an observer. Don't try to purchase. Don't try to sort. Don't try to dig. Just go and be a wallflower. Just chill on the wall, kind of watch how it is, watch how the bins rotate, watch how the employees are, manager, see who the people that are aggressive that you want to avoid, and then kind of create a game plan and then go back the next day and you'll be ready. You know who's going to be there. You know which people to avoid. You know how the rows come out. You know where they're going to come from the right and go to the left. You know which way the manager is going to take them when they're done, how they're going to flip them, who acts crazy in the shoes, who acts crazy in the vintage and things like that. You can learn who your players are. The bins, for all intents and purposes, I usually compare the bins to prison, but since everybody hasn't been, which isn't a bad thing, think of it like high school, the cafeteria at high school. That's the bins. You've got your weirdos. I'm going to say those are the vintage kids. You've got your aggressive people. Those are going to be your school shooters or your metalheads. Sorry. You've got the preps, which are going to be like the Poshmark sellers. That's the nicest way I could say it. The people that look like they probably shouldn't be at the bins, but they are, they're gentrified. And then you've got the flea market crowd, and then you've got the aggressive crowd. And then you've got the people that look like complete panic. Never in my life. Why am I here? And those are the nerds and they're the wallflowers, and that's fine. You got to learn how to coexist with everybody in the, just get in the soup and stir it up. I can knock elbows with everybody at the bins. I chatted up with the vintage kids. I like the flea market people. We talk to them. They help us. Even the aggressive people, they don't mess with us really. We had one person, I think, like elbowed Stacy, and they like came over and apologized because I would have killed them if they didn't. But once you keep going and people recognize who you are, You're just there. And so what I try to do is when I see somebody that has that deer in the headlights look, I'm like, they've never been here. Let me go show, hey, you're going to be okay. This is what's going on. Maybe stay away from that crowd. Maybe, because that's the only way we're going to survive is if you try and help and navigate people. Because instead of being the people that see people coming in and you're like, oh God, more people trying to be resellers, they're ruining the industry. Just give them a heads up. Like, hey, I can tell that you've never been here. Don't hang out with those people. The bins are going to come out from this direction and they're going to go this direction. You see that one with a cone? That means that row's next to be turned. Keep your head down and keep your cart out of the aisle. You'll make it. Stuff like that. That's what we do. Yeah, that was our first pair of Judy Blues, man. Right now, we've been selling the crap load of Ariat FR. That is my current favorite jean, period. The fire-resistant Ariat jeans. We literally list them and they sell within 24 hours for full price. My favorite pair of jeans. What got me my first time at the bins were the vintage kids. I heard y'all call the term. It was funny watching them live. Yeah. And I mean, hey, look. They're there to flex. They're there to find that grail. They're not really, I don't know if any of them actually make money or if it's just like for social media, but they're doing their thing, man. And they find some awesome stuff. They throw back a lot of like, it's still vintage and it still sells, but it's not like hype or anything. So they'll toss it back and I pick a lot of it up. So I love them. God bless them. Oh, let me see. Oh man, I know I put it in the box. I should have taken it out of the box and just sent it to you. I even mentioned that in the video. And then when like I did it at the ending, like, because it was hours later, I had already like forgot and I threw it in. I'm going to find you something. I'm sorry. Oof. I can only imagine. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the manager or employee is doing something shady and they don't want to be caught because they don't want Goodwill to find out. Because like we've had, and not at our bins location, but at other places that we used to source, people got used to us, and so the employees would be like, "Hey, man, you come back in like an hour. I'll just meet you out back with a bunch of stuff for like, you give me $100 cash, it's fine." And I'm just like, okay. I'm just kidding. Stuff like that is what they probably don't want you to film, honestly. Nice. Abigail Zoe Lewis. I'll have to check it. I love that show. Basically because I like Bob Odin. I can't ever say his name. Odenberg. He's hilarious. He was a stand-up comedian. See, now I've got Florida and I've got Indiana and now we've got Jersey saying that you can't film. If that ever happens in Texas, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just quit YouTube. It makes no sense to me, honestly. Plus, you can always just use your smartphone, have your camera on, and then just. I heard somebody message or commented. I think it was in Drew Profit Monster's video or story he did because he wasn't able to film at the bins. Or they asked him to take his reel down or something. But somebody commented and said, yeah, ours won't even allow us to have our phones out to check comps. And I'm like, first off, there's no way that is enforceable legally because you could be texting somebody and oh, excuse me, no phones. I'm like, hey, this isn't high school. Like, I would just, yeah, again, let's just pray or maybe pray that never happens because I'm not the type that would just be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me put my phone up. I'd probably just be like, hey, I'm sorry. My phone slipped out of my hand and it happened to hit you in your face. And could you tell me what that sells for on eBay real quick? Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. I don't like people in my bubble. Nice. Already hit that. Well, see, this is why another reason why I wanted to try and do more than one box a week without having to do a video because people message us all the time. We're like, dang it, it's sold already. And I'm like, I literally say at the end of the video, the box is live. And I try to make it live, like right on the spot. So nobody has any like advantage. But if we can get other boxes and just put a manifest, maybe a little cheaper because you didn't get to see a video of it. But I think we're going to try and do that. We do sell, we sell our boxes on Etsy. It's 10% is what they charge. Instagram, we used to just do live, like we'd do Instagram stories and we'd sell stuff. But any platform like Instagram or Facebook that's not Facebook Marketplace, where you actually have to like go after people for them to pay for something, is so obnoxious. I think that's one reason that Whatnot is doing great, because they've taken the live aspect of Instagram stories, but then they've made it to where you have to have the money or you can't buy it immediately. So I like that. Yeah, see, when I switched it to high school cafeteria, because when I tell people like, oh, it's like prison, you know, everybody keeps to themselves and you don't try to. People are like, what? Can you name a movie so I can know what you're talking about? And I'm like, oh, Blood In, Blood Out. And they're like, I've never seen that. You never seen Blood In, Blood Out? My hand's backwards. It's magic. I want my chop. Yeah, that's the best thing to do. Just go observe, kind of see how everything goes. Because like if you watch Harry Tornado's bins, when he goes in, like first thing in the morning when they just open, the blue bins are empty. And then there's Gaylords next to it. And it's your job to take the stuff out of the Gaylord and put it in the blue bin. Which again is genius on Goodwill's part, because you are now a free employee doing the work for them. You're taking out of a non-movable object and putting it into a boat on wheels that then they can move to the back and re-put it in another Gaylord and then sell it to someone else. Because that's what they do. We dig out the good stuff. The crap that stays goes through one more cycle probably, and then they put it back in Gaylords and they sell it to smaller thrift stores and or send it overseas. So we're the free employee. But yeah, so every time I watch his bins video, I was like, I wouldn't even go to those, because you have like the Gaylords, like they cut one side so you can like dig in, but like you still have, if somebody's in the opening of the Gaylord, it's just one person per Gaylord or per pallet. And then everyone else has to wait until you move that stuff to the blue bin. Just, I couldn't do it. I mean, it's genius, but I couldn't do it. Yeah. So that is at almost all the bins locations. It's very hard to go after them. Yeah. The best. Yeah. Oh yeah, so they did just come out with those Ray-Ban, those smart glasses that have cameras built in them. I mean, look, everything is about to be just virtual anyway. Are half of us living in meta right now? Like, are we even real? Are we plugged? Didn't Matrix come out like 20 years ago? Like, none of this matters. It's all fake, people. Wake up. Oh yeah. Now that does drive me nuts, and I try not to film that because I don't want people to think I'm just like some asshole at the bins. But like if you're in the middle of an aisle between bins where people are like digging, it doesn't even have to be a new bin, like just any bin. If you're in the middle of the aisle with your cart and you're just like stopped and you're looking stuff up, I usually, honestly, I bark. I usually just bark at the person like, what are you doing? It's like the car that parked that's at the stop at the crosswalk at the front of Walmart or Target, that instead of just letting the one person go, they're like letting like everyone go in, and then people coming out, like they don't know when to just say, okay, I'm in a car and you're on your foot, so I'm going to go now. And if I hit you, then, you know, I win. The box is getting botted. I don't know what that means. I must have missed something. Well, no, because I sell jeans too. I sell shoes and jeans, so I don't want to send you my jeans. Me personally, I don't like the Amazon source centers. I see a lot of people like the Nashville Flippers make a lot of stuff on a lot of money and find a lot of cool stuff. But my problem with a lot of that is like, especially if it's like $7 day, $5 day, $3 day, blah, 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 is if you're not there on $7 day, everything after that's crap. It's just crap, in my opinion. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. I'm probably going to wrap up here in like 5-10, guys, just so y'all know. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, you just, and then that comes down to, is somebody going to yell at you? Is a manager going to be like, hey, you can't do that? Don't be texting me. It's 9:39. My buns is one per. We are not allowed. Well, okay, so we're allowed to have our cart, but any of the regulars, they all know cart goes on the wall. Put a blanket over it. The people that are in the aisle with the cart, if they're trying to bring their cart on a new row coming out, the manager is like, you can't have your cart. You have to go put it somewhere. And usually what they do is they put it behind them, because what people used to do before there were like tape on the ground and rules is the gangs would just, like, it would be person, sideways cart, person, sideways cart, person, sideways cart, and they would just take up the whole row. And then you've got someone like me that's like, well, that's not going to fly. And so I would just kind of hide. I wouldn't even hide. I would stand behind the cart that was there. And before the manager says go, I just move it. I just pull it and just get it out of my way. And then boom, now I have this awesome open space so I can go right in. And they have to go get their cart, so then they can't jump into that row, because like, why did you do that? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm just, but again, I don't really dig anymore. Stacy does all the digging. But yes, people in the carts on new rows are not allowed at our location. And if they do try to do it, I usually move it out of the way in a nice manner. And if it has a kid in it, oh man, am I having some fun. I'm like, do you know where your parents are? Are they over there? And then you just hear a baby screaming, and then a mom just kind of running after their kid. And then I have this whole cart, this whole bin in front of me, just readily available. It's crazy how it works. But again, like a police officer during a shooting, I got to turn the body cam off on that, because I don't want you guys to see that. What up, MF? Have a good night. Yeah, so cart stealing is real, people. Cart stealing does happen at the bins. That's how San Antonio does it. So when we Houston didn't used to have bins, we would have to go to San Antonio, and the way they do it is they bring out the carts, they bring out the boats in a line like this. I know this is going to look stupid, but they're bringing them out in a line like this. And imagine we're all at the end behind this line. So instead of being sideways, instead of being parallel to the bins as they're coming in, we're all at this end. And then once all the bins are in place and locked, they would say go. And then it's literally a dash. And so people were just trampling people and then grabbing and tug of war. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. And that way was us not going to San Antonio anymore. We just stopped. We just started going to our local routes and doing it more and more. And then they started opening up bin stores like crazy here. And now we dominate. We just, if you just wait long enough, good things happen. Oh, let me show you this awesome thing I found in the trash. That's actually worth over $100. It's the Predator. It's like obviously it's not stone or bone. It's like some kind of something. Anyway, somebody threw this out and I grabbed it and I looked it up and it's worth over $100, but I think it's amazing. So I'm going to keep it. I mean, look at that freaking skull hit. So awesome. Why would someone throw this away? It's amazing. I think the guests are outside. They're screaming Rupert. It's fine. I'm wrapping up. No, it's fine. We got to live here too. Rupert! Rupert! Now, y'all are good, man. I'm going to wrap up. You guys, I got Cocomelon tattoos because Riley wanted to. She's always like looking at Stacy and my tattoos, and she's like, "I want some," and I was like, "Oh!" So I bought her all these Cocomelon ones, and I put them all over her arms. And you guys, she looked at them and she goes, "I don't like them. Take them off." So now I have a bunch of Cocomelon tattoos, and my daughter doesn't like them. Broke my friggin' heart. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. I'm a little squirrely, so I just scooted between. Yeah, exactly. You got to do what you got to do. Oh no, we go to the same one every time. Just we used to go to 2 locations, and then one location, the drive wasn't worth what we were getting, so we started going to just this one location and kind of building our reputation there with the managers and the other players. And now it's just we can get there in less than 5 minutes, and then B, it's just we find so much stuff that I don't see the need to drive to any of them. Now we have gone to all the other ones. We got invited to a grand opening of one that was like 40 minutes from us, and we went to it, and we found really cool stuff. That was the one where Stacy found the Virgin Mary like head we sold for like $150 that a guy bought it to donate it to a nunnery. Is that, I always get that. A convent, not nunnery. they hatch little nuns there at the nunnery. But yeah, no, it's the drive for all the other locations isn't worth what we source. We know we can go here and we're guaranteed to get at least 50 pair of jeans and at least 30 pair of shoes within 2 hours. So we just stick with that. Y'all heard that door open, right? Apparently there's a moon eclipse, guys, so we definitely have to wrap up so we can go outside and see the moon eclipse. Yes. I've been to Voodoo Donuts a lot. My favorite current vegan donut is the maple bar, the maple cream, the Portland cream, or the they have one that's not on the menu that's vegan. It's peanut butter and jelly, but it is a lot of freaking peanut butter. So I wouldn't recommend it because it's a lot of peanut butter. But that's awesome. So I do things differently. I always hear people like Harry Tornado and other YouTubers talk about having like 5 camera batteries for their GoPro and a bunch of discs and stuff. And my only thought process for that is they must just like press record and then just go. And then when it dies, they just, like a magazine, they just load new disc, new battery, and just keep filming, nonstop filming. But then you have to go and cut out so much BS. So I do everything in clips. Like I'll do like 30-second clips. And then if I find something that I want to talk about or look up or something like that, I will just film that part and then turn it off and then move. That's why you see a lot of like fade in and outs on my videos, because it's not continuous, because it cuts down on the editing. I do everything on my phone. I shoot with the GoPro. I have the GoPro app, so it automatically transfers all the files to my phone, so I don't have to do any of this crap SD card into my computer. I put it directly to my phone, and then I edit it in iMovie, and then I push it through to YouTube. Everything's done on my phone, nothing on the computer. I hate technology. Have a great week. You as well. Thanks for tuning in. So me, usually we source for our Wednesday video on Tuesday. So Tuesday, we go to the bins, we do our video, we do all the shooting, and then at night, after the kids go to sleep, I sit in my old man chair and I edit. Usually like 2 hours, maybe. And then my biggest time consuming thing was always thumbnails and like trying to come up with a title. And then I just stopped. Whatever photo, I'll maybe put a word on it and like add a back, I don't know what it's called. A fade, like light or whatever, to just make it pop. And then that's it. And then I don't even mess with keywords in my title anymore. Like you used to see people that are all like, we had an epic Goodwill bins haul for eBay and Poshmark. Yay! Like keyword stuff. I always just try to find something in my video that was said or a clip that was insinuating of something that happened. Like the best one, in my opinion, not my best video, but my best thumbnail ever was when the manager walked by me and she had a plastic sword and she said, "I'm going to start stabbing people." And I got that on camera and I was like, oh, that's the thumbnail. And that's the title too, because you just see a manager, you see the bins behind her. She has a sword and it says, "I'm going to start stabbing people." Who's not going to click on that? I mean, everybody wants to see somebody get stabbed, right? I look for stuff like that. Or like if I find a home run, I try to make it sound like, instead of "we found this amazing guy at the Goodwill," I try to make it sound like something else. Less than 5 minutes. If mine was 5 minutes away, I would go, yeah, see, that's the problem though, is I hate clutter. I know you can't tell, but this is actually like very precisely arranged. I did this very precise with the measurements and all that. I'm not a hoarder or a clutterer. Even our warehouse where our inventory is very organized. So like if I went to the bins every day, we would just amass this death pile, even though we're doing our listings every day, and it would just bug me because my brain is like, why are you going and thrifting more when you have all this stuff to list? List it all, then go thrift. So that's the tug and pull that me and Stacy have, is because she would be content going to the bins every day. And I just couldn't do it. Now, maybe we get to a point where she just goes to the bins and then I just stay at the warehouse and just list everything. But then if something happens and I'm not there to smash somebody's head in or intimidate, just, "What did you say to her?" I would hate to have that. Plus, she doesn't do any of the filming, so. Yeah, exactly. You got to like go in like with Arnold. You're like, "Oh, battery's down. Battery me, bro." I just don't. I try to make it quick and to the point. Have a good night. Which voice? I do a lot of voices. But anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up. They're getting the Monopoly game started, and probably the best board game ever invented, because it literally teaches you that real estate is where you control everything. Because if you own all the property, no one else can win. And then you can go to jail. So that's kind of messed up too. So they teach you about jail and they teach you about buying property at a very young age. So I got to go school these kids on that. And we've already said that she is going to wear a camera, and I will just mute it. So it's just going to be, and I'm going to put like in the corner, it's just going to say Stacy Cam, and it's just going to be muted. And I'll probably do voiceover, which I hate doing voiceover, but maybe if I do it in like my British accent or my country biscuit, something like that, to make it a little entertaining. But I'm not really into videos where you like watch somebody that doesn't want to have sound, or maybe the music's too loud and they don't want to get a Vero strike, that they just talk like, "So here's what I'm doing, guys. I'm walking over to this item and I see that item. I pick the item up. It's $4.99 item. I'm going to look item up. Let's see how much item sells for. I don't like this item, guys, so I'm putting it back." I can't watch videos like that. But maybe if I could do it in a way where I'm just like, "I found this item and it's picked up and it sucks, so I threw it back." And that's the way we move on to the next one. And then, "Oh, look, Stacey's covering the camera because she's got so much stuff in her hands and I don't know what she's filming. And this is why she doesn't film. I don't know why you guys wanted to watch this, but here you are. This is Stacy Cam live in effect." Anyway, we'll leave it on that. Stacey's getting a body cam. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I know I was late to my own show. I enjoy doing my lives. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Keep subscribing. We'll have a new bins video on Wednesday, probably with another reseller box, even though the last video I said we weren't going to do them for a while. We ended up getting our inventory situation handled a lot faster than I thought. What it was is the items weren't, it's not that the items weren't listed on eBay. It's that I didn't have the right SKU because I'm an idiot. When we first started doing our 2,000 or 2,500 pairs of brand new shoes, I had used one SKU for the first 10 boxes. And then at box 11, I changed it to a completely different SKU because I was getting too confused with the other SKU. And so when I was searching eBay for those first 10 boxes, I was trying to use the newer SKU and nothing was coming up. So I was like, oh my God, I have 10 boxes of brand new shoes that aren't listed on eBay. I just have free money sitting in my warehouse. So I thought I was going to have to literally go and photograph all of that stuff again. But then I just did my inventory search. You can click the button to make it go smallest SKU to largest. And then I found it and I was like, oh. So we only had to take pictures of like 9 items. So crisis averted. We'll be filming Tuesday. Ben's haul video Wednesday at 5:30. And there'll be a reseller box available at the end of that video. So make sure right as I was leaving, hello, Trash Master, Pedigree, Padawai, how you do? Can I still do that accent in 2022? If not, hit the thumbs down, and we'll guys see you on the next one. What's up, Paul? I love your beard. Y'all have a good night. Peace.